good people. Now, today we are going to start on the song Mahororo. And as I indicated, Mahororo is the next song in the Nyamaropa family. So Karigamombe is the introductory song. And then we get into Mahororo, and later on we'll proceed into Nyamaropa, Nyamaropa and Nyamaropa Huru, and all these songs have nuances. So today we'll do three things. Just explain what Mahororo means, that's one. And then derive or show the relationship between Mahororo and Karigamombe, that's two. And then start on some minor variations on that basic structure of Mahororo. Now, so Mahororo just means a song rich in these bases. Now that's a basic meaning of Mahororo. Now, if one asks the elders and looks into the literature regarding what was said, in the 70s and 60s by the early researchers, they say Mahororo derives or gets its name from the low sounds of the big baboons. Now, so the big baboons in a troop are called Mahoromba, and then the low sounds they make, that is where we get Mahororo. So Mahororo, if you see it written as the low sounds of the baboons, that's the basis, of taking that song to mean the low pitched, or the song that is rich in the low pitches of the Mbira. Now, even the bass Mbira, for Garika Itirikoti, who's got a series of 7 Mbiras, his first bass Mbira is called Mahororo. It is just to mean that this is a Mbira that is used as a kutsinira or as a bass Mbira. But these analogies don't end there. Some even call this whole register Mahororo. So these ones are called netete, the high pitches, and this middle row, some call it mingudzi, and this lower register is called Mahororo. So Mahororo, in this sense, the song is the song that is reaching the bass notes. This register is called Mahororo. If you design a low pitched mbira, that is called a Mahororo mbira. And the analogies don't end there. The Dambatsoko Mbira, so the Mjuru family plays what is called the Dambatsoko tune. Now it is a low pitched mbira in the key of E, but it is referring to that sound which makes the monkeys and baboons dance. That is the name of their ritual place there in Devedzo. Now, a Dongonda Mbira has this netete roll lowered a pitch down so that it matches this Mingudzi keys, and that is a Dongonda Mbira. But that name is derived from an old monkey. Dongonda is an old monkey that has lost these high pitches in its voice. And so there are many analogies that come from these monkeys and baboons. But I think a simple explanation is that Mahororo just means the song that is rich in the low pitches. Now there are a few people who've gotten it wrong, I think. Now, so there is one very senior Gwenyambira who said Mahororo is the name of a small river where she came from. We've asked many people, to try and identify that river. I don't think there is any river that is called Mahororo, but if any of you people know about it, please drop the name, the location of that river in the comments. And there is also another Gwenyambira who said it is derived from Kuorora during war, and if you win and you say Tawaorora, and that's the basis of Mauro. I don't think that's a correct explanation. But so much for that. Mahororo just means that song which is rich in the bases, and when we do the Kutsinera part, that will come out very clearly. Now, so Karigamombe Karigamombe is the entry point into the Nyamaropa family, and Karigamombe is organized in 3 groups of 2 notes. So that is how Karigamombe is organized. And if we play it alternating, it's that's the first phrase. Second phrase. Third phrase. Fourth phrase. So the biggest difference between Karigamombe and Mahororo is how you organize these 6 notes. That's the first phrase of Karigamombe. When you play Mahororo, instead of organizing as 2, 2, 2, dongi, mombe, mbudzi, that's Karigamombe, you organize them as 3, 3. So you would go. So I've not changed the notes where I'm going. It's 2 notes, 2 notes, 2 notes. That's how we hear Karigamombe. When you do Mahororo, it's 3, 3. That's the biggest difference. And then you modify the notes just a little bit. So the first phrase of Mahororo, what we want to play is we're reversing. So where we're going dongi, we've just reversed the first 2 notes. So the first half of the first phrase is, and then the second half. So again, that's the first phrase. The second phrase, again, third phrase, again, and then last phrase, again, so that is it. And then the netetes, we also play 3 notes, 3 notes, in other words 6 notes per phrase, but organized as 3, 3. And the first phrase would be, those are the 6 notes. Again, and so the way you would combine them is alternating. And then the second part, again, that's the first phrase. And then the second phrase, again, so sorry. Again. And then third phrase. Again. And then last phrase. That's it. And so if we do the full cycle, first phrase, second phrase, 3, without gaps between the phrases. That's phrase number 1. 2, 3, and if I do without gaps, so that is it. So this is a basic part of Mahororo. And the difference with Karigamombe, I repeat again, Karigamombe, you hear it in 3s. Mahororo you hear as half phrase in 2s. So this is very important. Now, so what it means for the Nyamaropa family, for the whole Nyamaropa family, we're dealing with a family of songs that have the same structure. In other words, as you move from the first phrase to the second phrase to the third phrase, the pitches are going up, and then the last phrase, the pitches go down. So that is what happens with Karigamombe. This is what happens with Mahororo. The difference is in the style, in the way you arrange the notes. You change the notes a little bit, but hear them, each phrase is divided into 2 rather than 3. So when we move to Nyamaropa, the style changes a little bit, and when we move to Nyamaropa Uru, it changes also a little bit. That is why it is one family. All these songs could potentially be played together. The only reason we don't is that we choose to emphasize certain styles with Karigamombe, then with Mahororo, but they are basically all part of one big family. So this is the second part, just getting to the structure. That is it. Now I want to show 2 small variations because people play it sometimes differently. So some people hear this Chipindura key as overpowering when we play, and then now some hear it actually as a distinctive and very nice part of Mahororo. But what some people do is, instead of playing this Chipindura key twice, you just play it once and you omit the second part. So you would hear when songs are starting, some people just go. In other words, I didn't play it the second time here, so. That is the first phrase. And then the second phrase, where we're not playing the Chipindura, we play all the notes. But the second half of the second phrase also has the Chipindura played twice. We omit the second part, so it would go. And then the third part. The last phrase. we are just, instead of where we're hitting these notes in succession, so what we're doing is we're playing this chipindura key one. So this is a small variation, but some people like it that way. Instead of playing this chipindura key in an overpowering way. Now the second small step that we want to add is that this chipindura key can be played with its young brother, this key number 3, because they're basically the same key. This is the mi in the register of the netetes. This is the mi, do, re, mi in the mid register, and in the bass register it would be do. There's a missing note here, do, re, mi. But what I'm just saying is that where we play this chipindura key, we play it with its younger brother here. So it would go. Let me play both notes. So that's the first phrase. Second phrase. So this is the richer as opposed to just playing. So that's a small part. And then if we go back to the style where people say this playing this twice sounds overpowering. What you can then do is play, but for the second note you play just other 3. In other words, so instead of I'm playing, that is it. So that is it. We've said something about what Mahororo means. It is a song rich in the bass notes, and that is derived from the bass voices of the big baboons. It is related to Karigamombe. We've just slightly changed how we hear the notes. Instead of 2-2-2, we're hearing them as 3-3. And then I've given the basic structure and the 4 phrases, and then we've added a little salt and pepper so that we can play. So that is it as an introduction to Mahororo. In the next lesson, we'll start developing the netetes, and the third lesson, higher netetes, and then we add the bases, and that will give us sufficient material for this Mahororo Kushaura. For now, that's it. Thank you.